Hey guys, Aura 1 through 4 here, and I've got another Vanguard tournament update for you guys. This week, we had a pretty big turnout of 12 players. We had a bunch of new players, so I was happy about that. I ended up coming in 4th of the Vanguard tournament, and was running OTT. Unfortunately, I was running my deck with only 2 Goddess of the Half Moon Tsukuyomis, because I wasn't able to pick up my other 2 ones until after the tournament. So there was a lot of games where I was playing pretty crippled because I was like, crap, do I risk waiting an extra turn to ride to grade 2 in hopes of getting to my one of my 2 half moons, or do I screw the Tsukuyomi part of the deck and just play old style OTT? But it didn't go too badly. I ended up losing against Narukami round 1 because I got pretty much screwed out of my grade 2 Tsukuyomi, and I had to ride grade 3 Tsukuyomi without 2 in the soul, so I was pretty weak and I couldn't get to my CEO fast enough. Then I beat Nova Grapplers. Then I lost to Royal Paladins. And then I beat Dark Irregulars in my final match, and ended up in 4th place. So here's the deck profile. Starting Vanguard is God Haki Ichibiyoshi. During the start of your ride phase, check the top 5 cards for Goddess of Crescent Moon Tsukuyomi. If it's among them, superior ride, and then you reorder them and place it on the bottom of the deck. My focus in this deck is getting back into my stack, because that's when you know where all your triggers are. You just got to be really smart, and you've got to count how many cards you have left till your triggers, because the deck zone, while it is a closed zone, both players do have access to the number of cards left in the deck. So with this build, you can count. You can't mark where they are, but you can definitely count where they are. And if you are thinking about it right, you can at very least remember what triggers are coming when. So yeah, God Haki Ichibiyoshi is my starting Vanguard. My trigger lineup for, obviously, my 4 heal triggers of Lazen Megas. I saw that Circle Megas is going to be given out as a promo, or is it Circle Megas? Or Sphere Megas? Whatever the other heal trigger for OTT is. I heard they're giving them out as promo cards at the World Championship qualifiers for Vanguard. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to go to them this year. Just depends on where they are and what my schedule is like. But yeah, 4 heals. 4 Dream Eater for draw. I chose Dream Eater because I think it's adorable. Then I'm running 8 critical triggers, so 4 Nikes. And 4 Psychic Birds. Psychic Bird is also really good because it lets you fill up your soul. And when you go from 0 all the way up to 3 for Tsukuyomi, you're 1 soul short from using its effect. So this helps put that last unit in the soul. And especially since we don't have a Naba White Rabbit right now, getting that 6 unit in the soul is a little bit more tricky, but it's not that bad. Grade 1 units. Obviously, I'm running 4 Goddess of the Crescent Moon Tsukuyomi. Help me search out for my half moons, and it's Tsukuyomi. It's really all nice because it's a 7k booster, so it can help you hit some pretty good numbers. I mean, even with Silent Tom, it helps Silent Tom hit 15. I mean, ideally, you want Tom to hit 16, but hitting 15 is still a pretty good number right now. Running 4 Oracle Guardian Gemini. I'm running Gemini just because it's an AK beater, and OTT, this deck has a lot of smaller grade 2s, so I want the 8k boost to be able to push over things. Plus, a column of Silent Tom and Gemini is extremely good. It forces a lot of cards. Next, I'm running 4 Battle Sister Coco. Coco may be small with her 6k, but she helps you get into your stack. And I don't think there was a single match that I did not get into my stack, and Coco really helps shuffle through those cards you don't want. Usually I put her behind the Vanguard, because the Vanguard you don't need as much boost. So 4 Cocos. And then 3 Battle Sister Chocolat for perfect guard. Those are my grade 1s. There's a little bit more than usual in my grade 1 section. There's 15 instead of my usual 13, but I think Oracle Think Tank can use it because of the Cocos and getting to the stack. So grade 2s. Now I've got my 4 Goddess of the Half Moon Tsukuyomi. When I was playing, 2 of these were Wise Man. I was pretty depressed about that, but now I got my 4, so I don't care as much. When you ride it on top of Goddess of the Crescent Moon, you soul charge 2. And obviously check top 5 for Goddess of Full Moon. And it's 9, so it's a pretty good hitter. Then 4 Silent Toms. I think if you're running Oracle Think Tank right now, you should always be running 4 Silent Toms, just because he does a lot of work. Since this clan doesn't really have like a Blaster Blade or another unit to get rid of some of your opponent's cards, Silent Tom will help you either force a lot of cards out of your opponent's hand since they can't use grade 0s to guard, or they won't even be able to guard. A Silent Tom that hits 21 with a critical on him is probably going to get through a lot, or they're going to have to perfect shield or drop like their entire hand to stop him. So 4 Silent Toms. And then 4 Oracle Guardian Red Eye. I'm probably going to replace 2 of these with Takitsu Hime when we get set 5. But for right now, it's Red Eye. Red Eye, when its attack hits, and I have an OTT Vanguard, you can soul charge 1. Helps. It's basically only here so that I can get my 6th unit in the soul for Full Moon Tsukuyomi. It's really important to be able to get that soul in there so you can draw and get closer to your stack and mess with your hand to make sure it's the best you can get. Other than that, it's just a 9k hitter. Then onto my grade 3s. I'm only running 6 grade 3s because I think in Oracle Think Tank you really don't need more. And a lot of the times you'll get them in your hand, you'll be like, well, I don't even need this anymore because I'm just going to search them out. So 3 CEO Amaterasu. It's still a good card. And the soul does fill up rather quickly in this deck, so you could technically use its Mega Blast, but you're never really going to. Also, it can help fill up your soul. Like if you missed one of your Tsukuyomi pieces, you can ride the Amaterasu instead, and then soul charge and hope to hit a Tsukuyomi piece. I've done that a couple of times. And obviously the checking the top card is pretty nice, and helps you get closer to your stack. And then 3 Goddess of the Full Moon Tsukuyomi. I was lucky. My first box of set 3, I was able to pull the SP Tsukuyomi. And then I pulled these without even really trying. It was actually the half moon. The half moons were harder to pick up than the freaking full moons. But yeah, 3 full moons. When it's your rear guard or your vanguard, if you don't have the 2, the 1, and the 0 in the soul, it loses 2, so it goes down to 9, which is what killed me in a couple of those matches. Was not getting the 2 and then it going down to 9. It's actually pretty easy to get all the ride upgrades in there, because you try to start out with 1 of each of the 3 of these, and then you'll probably hit them at some point or another. I like the Tsukuyomi ride up line. Counterblast 2 when it's your Vanguard. If you have 6 or more OTT units in the soul, draw 2 cards, place a card from your hand to the soul. It's a good card. I'm really happy I finished my OTT deck. My current pet projects that I'm working on right now, I'm still trying to half-assedly finish Narukami and my Azel Paladins. And I'm sort of half-assed trying to finish Pale Moon. But Pale Moon's sort of on the back burner for right now because it's sort of shitty without some of the stuff that you get in set 7, like Purple Trapezist. But I'm happy with how this performed. I'm really happy with how it performs now that I have all of my Tsukuyomi pieces. So anyways, catch you later.